I'm Sam Luce. I'm the owner of Jubilation Spa and Boutique here in Wake Forest. Would you like to come inside and take a look? Come on in.
What kind of experience would you like your customers to have in Jubilation Spa?
So I want my customers and my clients, when they walk in the door, to just kind of take a deep breath of relief. They know they're at a place that is safe, welcoming, something like a second home to them. When building out the spa, I always kept in mind the word hygge, which is like comfort in the little things and small pleasures in life. All right, so up front we have it's usually a seasonal or highlighted display. This month it's all of our staff and co-workers' favorite items from around the shop, so kind of get to know a little bit about people's personalities there from what they've chosen. Over here we have more of our crystals, the animals and figurines. 50 different types of tumbles, bracelets. All of our crystals are 100% ethically sourced. It was very important to me when opening the shop, because a lot of places you have no idea where they came from. So I did a lot of research to make sure that we have high quality, coming from mines, that our people are treated ethically, paid right, all the way from mining to production. And then over here we have our professional skincare lines. Actually sold out with a lot at the moment. So it starts from like your cleansers to your mists, serums. It's all the steps of your skincare routine. Then down to like moisturizers, specialty products, and then finishing with the most essential, your sunscreen. And then here's kind of just our frog display, because who doesn't love frogs? We have a bunch of different stickers, all from small shops, many of them local, but all from the US. Assortment of greeting cards for every occasion, whether it's a birthday, a wedding, or just because, a coming out card, a little bit of everything. Sun catchers are definitely the most popular products, especially when it's sunnier than right now. And then over here is some of our aromatherapy products, and here, as well as some handmade mugs from Apex. A random assortment of jewelry dishes, trinket trays. This way. We have our jewelry, assortment. We do have, I think, at least one line right now that is from North Carolina. It's Queueworthy artisan jewelry, but all the rest is still US-based small business as well. And probably our most popular items are going to be the shower steamers, which is a great alternative for people who don't take baths to the bath bomb. We're still getting that fragrance and that aromatherapy without having to take a full-on bath, just pop in the shower. So let's head on downstairs. The building is over 100 years old. It was built around 1919. It's had many different lives, from consignment store, from wedding dress store, clothing boutique, and then a spa and shop. We've been at this location, it will be 2 years in May, but the business has been around for about 7 years. 5 of those in North Carolina and 2 in Florida. So yeah, this is more of our metaphysical crystal selection. We have it broken out based by crystal type on the shelves here. On the cubbies, we have it broken out more by intention. So crystals for love, peace, luck, grounding. Someone's looking for something particular. So here we have more of our metaphysical type items. So from ritual candles for protection or love, to chime candles, little spell oils, kind of manifestation products, to the best term is smudge, although I don't like to use that term. We usually call them herbal bundles because there's a lot of controversy around that term and the use of products like white sage and being cultural appropriation, and smudge having more religious background terms. And since we're using it more metaphysically for cleansing of space, which has been used by all cultures, we don't want to pick one that's been used by, indigenous people specifically, without knowing and respecting that specific culture and background.
Can you point it out?
So here we have blue sage instead of white sage. Yes, blue sage. Juniper, lavender. There's a couple. I think these are the cinnamon and cedar. And then these are like the bowls that you can burn them in, or you can just use them as a pretty tray. This is a new section we've recently added, which is crafting crystals. So it's the beads for people who want to make their own bracelets or necklaces. But again, when you're shopping at places like big box stores, you don't know where they're coming from, whether they've been ethically sourced. And so here you know that what you're purchasing has come from a clean background. So we have a bunch of different types of crystals, and hope to expand this section in years to come. So on this table we have some of our most popular crystals, so highlighting amethyst, moss agate, and fluorite. And then over here we have a couple of our more rare varieties, less known. So grape agate, garden quartz, and aragonite. These are all the ones that are UV reactive. I don't know if the camera will pick it up or not. I'm trying. So you can see sort of maybe when the UV light hits it, it glows orange in spots. Alright, so on the back wall, we have some of our grounding crystals, black obsidian, black tourmaline, black onyx, and labradorite, my personal favorite. So you can see the hair backs it up, the flash, just amazing. The old myth is when they first discovered labradorite, they thought it was Aurora Borealis trapped inside the stone. And then here we have more of our chakra-based ones, and pendulums and pendulum boards. And then down here is more petrified wood, kind of fossil-like crystals. And then of course selenite, which is great for cleansing all types. And then on the bottom we kind of have a little mock display of what an altar might look like, with a little tray, some an herbal bundle. So we have a little display of what an altar might look like. So we have some ritual candles for cord cutting, a little tray with an herbal bundle. You might have some copper, which enhances the property of crystals. You might put some stones in here. And then you might have an assortment of different crystals whenever you're. Right now we have blue calcite, which is great for calming, peace, serenity. We have a selenite, which is good. It's a clarity. It cleanses all the other crystals as well in the space, along with an assortment of the different crystals to represent the chakras. And then we have a black obsidian mirror here as well. So I guess for people who aren't familiar with the stones, they can be used in a multitude of ways. A lot of people are focused more on the metaphysical aspects, whether that be cleansing in terms of their energy, whether it's aligning the different chakras, grounding. And then there are people who don't necessarily believe in any of that and just want to use it as beautiful home decor. So they're all naturally, sourced products. They're straight from the earth. I mean, they may be carved, but this is something the Earth made up. So whether or not you believe in the metaphysical properties or you just love it and think it's beautiful, both are welcome here. So here we just have a variety, again, of different crystals. Got our tiger's eye, which is one of our more popular stones as well, for empowerment, courage, bravery. And then, which is kind of a random, it's not random, got some of the calcites together. So the honey calcite, blue calcite I showed earlier, orange calcite, and then we got the ocean jasper. Green, which is an interesting crystal because it can look like so many different things. So you have like that with the beautiful druze, and then you have these, and they're both known as ocean jasper. Of course, clear quartz, which most people are familiar with. We also just started offering these little chip bags for people who can use them in many different ways. Crafting for one. People sometimes will have like little ritual bowls and use different chips in that way. Maybe put other stones and different things, candles in there as well. A lot of different ways these can be used. Agate is another very popular one. People may have seen it at dream park gift shops, usually dyed like hot pink or hot blue. Most of the ones we have here are natural. We do have one that's been dyed black, but we don't have any of the magenta colors. Although if you are looking for something that is more magenta or dyed, we do have a section of crystals at the bottom that are either man-made or have been enhanced in some way. Usually they'll add a coating to it, known as aura, which just makes it extra shiny and sparkly. So that would be one of the aura crystals we positioned over here. So this is an aura crystal. I wish I had better lighting. Let's see if I can. So this is rose quartz that's been added. That little aura lighting, so that makes it just extra shiny. You can kind of see it in the light a little bit, get some more of that reflection. And then one of the man-made crystals would be something like blue goldstone, which is made from glass and copper pieces. So you can see the shimmery is the copper. And then bismuth, which is a natural crystal. However, these ones are made in a lab. And they give off really cool designs, shapes, and then like a rainbow of colors. So I wanted to show comparatively. The one on the left has aura, see more shiny. The one on the right does not. Still both beautiful and just slightly different finishing. One has a natural finish, the other added that coating. So we've just explored the shop and now we're back upstairs. We're gonna head behind this door now, which is where the spa is. So we have multiple rooms, couples room, massage room, and an aesthetic room. We have another room that we rent out to Meg from Healing Well Co, which has sound baths, and more of that type of healing. And then back here is our relaxation space where people can relax before or after services. Kind of just a quiet area to unwind. Alright, so back here we have one of our massage rooms. People can come in, they can leave their things either on the chairs or the hooks. We have fully heated massage tables that are also electric, so it does tilt up to almost a 90-degree angle, which is great for both prenatal massage, but also people just with lower back pain, and it'll take some of that pressure off them. So my name is Sam Luce. I've been a massage therapist for over 10 years now, and a esthetician for over 8. I'm originally from Boulder, Colorado, but moved to North Carolina about 5 years ago. And I started my business, though, before that when I was in Florida for 2 years. And what kind of drove me to open my own business, I always had the idea in the back of my head that I might, but wasn't 100% sure. I want to take that leap. It's always a big risk. But then businesses I started working for in Florida weren't necessarily the best. And I figured, I have a little bit of savings now. I'm not loving where I'm working. So it seemed like the right time. I found a place that would give me a temporary lease to kind of test the waters. So it's seemed like the perfect time to try. And so I decided to go off my own and see how it would go and haven't looked back. No, the spa came first. When I first opened, I was working out of in North Carolina, 7 by 10 room. So very small. There was no room for a shop. So it was only, my massage table, my products, a couple of skincare products that we did sell, just to make sure that our clients have the best results possible, continue with home care. But that was the extent of it. It wasn't until really moved to Wake Forest that we started to expand the shop. We started with just a few items here and there. And then when we moved to this location, it kind of just exploded and really grew that part of the business. I was in Winter Springs, so just north of Orlando. I moved there to live with my sister, who was looking for a roommate at the time. Colorado's very expensive. And so I was trying to figure things out. So we lived there for 2 years, and then COVID happened. And we're like, we need to get out of Florida. So we're like, how far north can we go until we hit snow? We came to North Carolina, visited the Raleigh, Wake Forest area for a weekend, and ended up buying a house for the same weekend. So it's a little bit of a risk, but it's worked out. So we have 6 employees now. When I started, it was just me. And then we expanded. I hired my first one, and then the second in our old location. And then when we moved here, we grew even more. We now have a front desk, so someone can run the shop, as well as taking appointments and clients. We had 2 other, so I'm a massage therapist and esthetician, but besides me, we have 2 other massage therapists and 2 other estheticians. And so the spa can be open 7 days a week now. So it was kind of by accident to start. I was in Youngsville before this, just north, but in 2022, the building collapsed. The building next to us fell in on my neighbor, which was Brandy's Botanicals, and then since our buildings were connected, it was structurally unsound and porcelain was torn down. So it wasn't originally my choice, but it ended up working out for the best. So the first place I could find available to rent, because I was out of the country when it happened, but I had a full book when I came back, so I was like, I need to find a place to see my clients. Ended up being a little spot over by the burger shop in downtown Wake Forest. And I was there a little over a year until this space became available, and then we kind of moved over here. It's really worked out for the best though. It's a bigger area, so more clients, more room for growth. Plus I just love the downtown area here. It's very much a community. Business owners, we all know each other. We all know, the regular customers, the people out for their walks, the names of the dogs that go by, all that, which I love. It's a growing area, but this downtown still has that small charm. So I strive to make the space feel welcoming and inclusive for everybody, regardless of age, background, gender, sexual orientation, race, whatnot. I want everyone to be able to come inside, feel like they're welcome, there's no judgment, and they can find something that they love. So for the future, I want to keep growing. Don't have any, I'm not going to open a bunch of franchises or anything like that, which I've asked. No desire to do that, but want to just keep building. We have a very strong team here, keep growing that, keep growing the retail. All of the therapists here have different interests and where they want to go with massage and aesthetics. So really just nourishing that and supporting them. And, by supporting them, we're also able to offer more services and more variety to our clients. And it's really a win-win for fun. I have 2 dogs. I love to garden, be outside. I also lead a book club, which is for Wake Forest Pride, where I'm one of the co-founders and the current chair of, which is a nonprofit we started here in Wake Forest in 2023. Towards the end, Amanda Cottrell and I got together and we're like, where is the community? We know we're here, but where are we? So we decided to started more socially. We want to have events where, the LGBT community can feel welcome, safe, they don't want to hide. We still are in the South, and although it's changing, it's progressive, there's still places where you might not necessarily be safe. So we wanted to change that. And then from just a couple of social outings, it's really grown. We have a lot more resources now, like the Queer Library and the Gender Closet, which are both housed here at Jubilation, as well as, programming for youth and families, education around queer issues and allyship, and of course our annual Wake Forest Pride Festival, which is in October each year, and we just started planning the 3rd annual. So thank you for watching. We are open, the spa's open 7 days a week by appointment, and the shop is open Wednesday through Sunday. Love to stay in touch, and hopefully you can come in, stop in the shop, or come book a spa appointment, and we can get to know each other.